Howdy, hot shots. Beaming to you from not a financial advisor land with not financial advice. It's Kevin with Earth 2 Mastery, and we're here to take over the VeVe world. All right, guys, grab your shoehorn because we're about to slide right into this video, and we're going to talk about the new drop. For new people that are subscribed to the channel that haven't seen it, we got a little bit of a token burn refresher. Tell you what it means when tokens are burned, how they're burned. We're going to take a little bit of an update look here. Right now, we're here on the Ecomi website. We got 2 days, 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 17 seconds till the Uniswap listing. Now, they put that off last week to focus on their drop for their NFTs. The Ultraman drop, which I missed out on, but there's a new drop coming, and you can't believe how excited. No, not Marvel. Not Pokemon. Not more Batman stuff. No, it's Mermicornos. What the hell's a Mermicorno? Whatever, if there's a rare one, I'm going to buy it. So if I can, I will. Let's look at the Mermicorno. I got a picture of one pulled up here. Oh my gosh, what's a Mermicorno? That's so crazy. Looks just like the Unicornos, but with a fishtail, I guess. Makes sense. Mermicorno, they always wanted to be fish, and now they get to be, I guess. But more interesting to me is Ecomi. I mean, I like the digital collectibles. I do have a couple unicorns because they were like the only things left to buy. So I'll buy a Mermicorno when it comes out, but not really excited about this drop. Maybe some of you are. Maybe some of you are like huge Mermicorno fans. But I'm an OMI fan, so say OMI is my homie down below for the algos. Let's look at what Ecomi is doing. Ooh, down 9.24%. Ooh, isn't that a nice little drop for a purchase? If you're loading up little bits at a time, that's a nice little correction. What do we have? We have like a little double bottom thing here going on. I told you that it looked like it might be making a cup and then possibly would pull back for a handle. Maybe that's what we're seeing. Let's try to switch this over to a month so that we could see it a little better. Okay, so rounded bottoms are good for us, right? And I told you that it might be making kind of like a little cup, and then it would pull back for a handle, right? And then maybe into the Uniswap listing, boom, with all-time highs. Hopefully that's, I don't know. Hopefully, I say hopefully that happens. I don't really care if it happens or not because I'm in this thing long term. I'm a hodler. Just like I told Great Aunt Gertrude. I said, gag, you got to hodl. And the longer we hodl, the more coins are burned and the more the coins that are left are worth. Okay, so that's why I hodl Ecomi. So we got ourselves a little rounded bottom here. Maybe we're going to get a little bit of a cup and handle formation here. And then it'll probably break out going into Uniswap. Now, some people think that the Uniswap listing means it's going to crash. You know what? They say it might crash because people have been accumulating it leading up to the Uniswap listing, and then they're going to dump it afterwards. That's a little bit of buy the rumor, sell the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. So you see that happen a lot. I have only been involved in crypto for several months, but I've been involved in the stock market for a long time. And you buy the rumor, sell the news, because when it's a rumor, you're like, yeah, there's money to be made. But once the news hits, it's already priced in. And maybe that's what's going on with Ecomi. And then we get a nice little drop after the Uniswap listing, and our friends that weren't able to get it before can get it. But if you want it before the Uniswap listing and you're in the US, you have to use BitForex because BitMax isn't available to us. But I've been told the BitForex fees are cheaper anyway, and at one point in time it cost 2,000 Ecomi to transfer out of BitForex, and that's just way too expensive. But they felt the pressure because BitMax put it on them, and now they only charge 1 Ecomi to transfer out of BitForex. So if you want to use BitForex, I got a link in the I got a discount code for you down below. My link has a discount code attached, so you get 30% off your trading fees, and that's where I've been buying my Ecomi. All right, guys, so let's take a look at our VeVe Token Metrics again. Okay, so here's the flow. There's an in-app purchase of gems. It goes to the user's gem wallet. Okay, and then when they use it, then the purchase triggers The gem purchase triggers an Ecomi goes to the in-app reserve that represents a dollar amount of the gems. Okay. And then the user's gems are like turned into OMI. I don't know why they made this graphic this way. It's so confusing. This graphic is so confusing. It's just so simple. Like you buy gems, the dollar amount of the gems goes into the in-app reserve. If the user has OMI that represents the gem, then the OMI goes to the vault. And then when the person buys something with those gems, then it sends them to the out of circulation wallet or a percentage of them, whatever. This graphic is so confusing, way more difficult than it needs to be. I'm going to make my own graphic. I'm just going to make my own graphic without all these stupid lines. Anyway, let's go and look at how those percentages are calculated as to what moves into the out of circulation wallet. So people ask, how does it get burned? People keep asking, what does it mean when it gets burned? Yeah, it's confusing because it's not like, I told you before, it's not like they're out there with a torch lighting them on fire. What they do is they stick them in this out of circulation wallet. Okay, when they stick them in the out of circulation wallet, they're never going to come out, never going to see the light of day, can't go back into the vault, can't go back into the reserve balance, can't go back into the open market, can't get out of there. They're burned. They're done. They're gone. Let's see here. So somebody buys gems and they go in and spend half of them on a new NFT from the store. We call that the store, the NFT store. Okay, those new NFTs, the drops that we see on Thursdays. Hopefully the drops we start seeing more often than Thursdays because holy moly, you can't even get one. So they buy $1,000 in gems, okay? They go to their little app store, they go ding, 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 and they show their face or they put their finger on there or they put in their code and then they get themselves 1,000 gems. Now the user spends 500 gems on new NFT. I don't know why they have to make this confusing either. Literally all they have to do is just buy 1,000 gems, spend 1,000 gems. That way you don't have to think about this other 500 gems. That comes later. Okay, but they take 30% right off the top for the App Store fees because they got to pay Apple or they got to pay Google Play or whoever they're in the App Store. They got to pay them a percentage for the sales in the App Store. So 30% goes to the App Store fees. From the remaining amount, 10% gets repurchased from the market, from the open market, from maybe you or I. You know, if you're willing to sell them, but I'm hodling. Now, I'll sell them for the right price. I mean, I ain't no fool, okay? I ain't no fool. I was born at night, but just not last night, okay? But they buy 10% of that dollar value of Ecomi back from the market in order to replenish the reserve wallet, the in-app reserve wallet, so that they can burn more Ecomi later when people buy more. Because if they just kept burning out of the reserve wallet and they never bought any back from the open market, then their reserve wallet would get empty and then they wouldn't have any to burn and then their token would break down. Like their token metrics would break down because they wouldn't be able to do what they said they were going to do. So they have to constantly buy from the open market to replenish. But only 10% of the new NFT sales happen to be repurchased because they probably need that money to pay artists. They need the money to keep the app running. They need pay devs, right? Devs can't just be paid in Ecomi. They still have to buy food and stuff. All right. So what's the other way that they buy back from the secondary market? Well, let's show it here. They got 100 gems. And they purchase 100 gems so that they could buy something back. They could buy something from you or I. They could buy a collectible from you or I in the secondary market. Okay, so the marketplace that is shut down now, it was open for a while. People think it just never opened because they're new to the app. But I was here a week before everybody else. I'm slightly older, I guess. I'm old hat at this because I've been around for, in the app for like 3 weeks or something instead of 1 week. But the marketplace was still open when I first came in. In fact, I had a couple collectibles listed on the marketplace, but I wanted an outrageous price for them, and so they didn't sell. Regardless, okay? You could list things in the marketplace. When it opens, you're going to be able to list it. Hopefully this week. I don't know. It's been this week for 3 weeks, I think. I don't know. But you could use 100 gems to buy something in the secondary market. So you go, somebody wants $100 for their Jason Fabok Batman. And you're like, yeah, I want to buy that for $100. So you buy 100 gems, which is the stable coin in the app. And it's basically equivalent to $100. You go and you buy the Jason Fabok Batman from him for $100. I wouldn't sell my Jason Fabok Batman for $100, but somebody might. Who knows? Then they take their 30% of the fees, 30% of that price, and it goes to the App Store. Because why? Because they have to pay the App Store. Okay, so then from the remaining amount, 100% goes back to the buyback. So they spent 100 gems, okay, and there's a $70 buyback. The value of the gems less fees is contributed to the buyback. That is 100 gems minus 30%. The 30% goes to the App Store. So those are the App Store fees. And they anticipate that the secondary market is going to be at least twice the store market, okay, their new sales. And so that's how come they think that they're going to be able to replenish their reserve wallet using only 10% of, well, it's only 10% of 70% really. So it's like 7%. They're only using 7% of the new store sales to buy back in the open market. And they're using 70% of the secondary sales to buy in the open market. And they think that it'll average out to keep their reserve balance and their vault wallet stocked enough that they can continue to burn. Now, as Ecomi goes up in price, they burn less and less because it's always represented in dollar amounts versus Ecomi. So the fewer Ecomi you can get for $1, the fewer of them that are burned. So the more expensive. That's why I say maybe if it doesn't go up for us hodlers and Gag, who has a bunch of bags of Ecomi, maybe, she got them diamond hands. Gag, you got them diamonds. She got them diamond hands. Okay, maybe she wants the price to stay kind of low so that more drops happen and the marketplace is open and more gems get purchased so that they burn more tokens and they have to buy more out of the market so that it reduces the circulating supply and increases the value of all of our remaining tokens. Okay, maybe that's what she wants. So not me. I don't want it. Don't say that I didn't want for the price to go up because then everybody's going to freak out and be like, but I wanted to make 3,000% in 3 days. And I'm like, yeah, me too. But, it's more likely that we'll make like 3,000% in a year. And it's more likely that will happen if we burn like more coins now. Okay, so for the swing traders and day traders, I'm sorry that Gag wants the price to stay low so that more gets burned. But for you hodlers, for you long-term hodlers with them diamond hands, you know what I'm talking about. You the real ones. Okay, so this is how they purchase tokens back from the secondary market. Okay, now let's go look. Let's see if I can find it real quick because I didn't pull it up beforehand. Let's look at the VeVe reserve wallet. Can we find that real quick? Is that easy to find, guys? Oh no, what is this? Even Google can't be found? That's really weird. Okay, VeVe token wallet. Let's try that one. No internet. Oh, I told you guys that my internet is terrible. Late 90s internet. Okay, well, we're going to have to figure that one out on the next video. In fact, I'm going to try to do a video estimating how many of the founders tokens or the business development tokens have been leaked into the market already. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to figure that out. Okay, so if you guys want to see that, or you want to see more Ecomi content, more crypto content, more virtual land content, any kind of digital collectible, digital investment content, I'm one of your top 64.275 digital investment YouTubers. So you need to get to sub.